Hey guys, how's it going? So I wanted to go through this war. Yeah, we lost. It was a really good war though. I thought we did a really good job. It was a bad mismatch on their part, or I mean on our part, in favor of them really, because if you look, I think it's like Town Hall 5, Town Hall 5, Town Hall 5, uh, maybe a Town Hall 6, Town Hall 6. Town Hall 6, Town Hall 6, Town Hall 6, Town Hall 7. So number 37 is where the Town Hall 7 really starts kicking in at. Here's where their Town Hall 7 start kicking. Right about here. So our 37 and their 43 match up. And then you get into the Town Hall 8s, which is even worse. Our Town Hall 8s begin at 28, and their Town Hall 8s began... not there. God, my internet's going terribly slow. Hold on one second. Let me pause that. Okay, let's try that again. Their Town Hall 8s started... Just happened there. Okay, so their Town Hall 8 started right around here-ish. Yeah, that's definitely a Town Hall 8. Town Hall 7. So 35 is where their Town Hall 8 starts. And our Town Hall 8s, like I said, start at 5 versus 28. I mean, you're talking about a humongous deficit. So we've lost the ability for our lower guys to do any legitimate attacks from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. We're already at a 5-person deficit. And then you have a couple more Town Hall 8s that they have. So now I think we're at basically like a 7-person deficit. That's 14 attacks you've lost out on. So the fact that we were only down by 5 stars in this war, and if we had tied it, we actually probably would have won. So if you factor that in, we actually did really well, and I'm pretty happy for the way this war turned out. I wanted to go over some of these attacks. I'm actually going to break this video up into a couple parts. I'm going to go Town Hall 8. I'm going to do a Town Hall 8 hog video. Some of these videos are going to be the enemy's attacks on our bases because I want to show how to properly use hogs, and I hate to say it, but they and so we do more Ghola Wipe. So I wanted to showcase that, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to show our bases being 3-starred, but you know, it's for the benefit of everybody in the clan. So I mean, take it with a grain of salt, you know. And then I'm going to show our Town Hall 9 attacks. I might show a couple of hog raids against star bases on that one as well. But I want to keep it diverse. They did a lot of hog attacks on a lot of our bases. But I think it'd be really beneficial for us to see some of those attacks. Town Hall 7s are basically dragon raids. And I mean, if you look at all of my other videos, you're pretty much going to see the same thing every time with dragon. It's almost a guaranteed 3-star if you have level 2 dragon. So I hate to shortchange those Town Hall 7 raiders, but if you guys really want your video shown, move up to Town Hall 8 because it just doesn't take a lot of skill to drop some dragons and place a couple of spells in the right spot. I don't want to sound mean, but it's a fact. Level 2 dragons are way overpowered. As a matter of fact, I would like to say that, you know, our number 1 Town Hall 8 was actually 3-starred by dragons, level 2 dragons from, I think it was even a Town Hall 7 base. So that's pretty insane. Let's go ahead and start with some of these attacks. I'm going to go with the Town Hall 9s, and I'm going to work my way down. So unfortunately, this guy's no longer with us. He's going to show that. It's just a Ghola Wipe. The only reason why he did so well was because his hero was high. He's also no longer in the clan. Got pretty peeved and just left. So I'm not going to actually show that. But this one is really cool. This was done by th9, Josh, Stout, whatever you want to call him. It's a Gowe Eva, and basically you're using some witches and valkyries, and then obviously wizards and golems. And more or less what he wants to do is break open this core, and you can see that this core is break open this area. Then whenever you've done that, you've got a tremendous area of the base that's open for attack. And yeah, this is a closed compartment, but it's only one compartment. It's not like it's too deep or anything. So wizards can take that out fairly easily. Just they're going to shoot over the wall and they're going to take that out real easy. And then you're just going to have the lower half of the base, and you're going to see that's where the troops kind of start petering out. But I mean, he does get the 3-star on this. Really bad base design. Perfect attack for this base. He did a really good job. I thought he did awesome. So drops his golems, and it distracts those cannons. And then he starts dropping some wizards, just trying to clear out some of the trash buildings in that particular area. Now, what I would have done was drop those golems, and then because of how those golems are there tanking for everything, I probably would have dropped a wizard here and a wizard here, and then maybe even drop like a giant here, and then a wizard behind those giants, because it would have taken out these cannons, these archer towers, and this cannon and cannon over here. So it's like a little cheap way to get rid of those defenses, just an FYI. But then he goes off, sends all of his Valkyries in down the core. There goes the witches, a couple more base. You're going to have a line of skeletons. And with this clan, they put all of their CCs if they had a 30-person CC. So it was pretty much a given that there was going to be a Lava Hound in there. And you want to bring Valks on a Lava Hound CC raid. Valks aren't going to touch it, and that's actually a good thing because you don't want it to bust anyways. But the wizards are going to get a hold of that Hound. It's going to bust. The witches and wizards will clean up the pups, so it's really not that big a deal. Drops a couple of heal spells in the core there, trying to keep his Valkyries alive. He's got Golem and some wizards over here doing work. Golem in this. The Archer Queen's going around the outside. And now you can see the Valkyries are in the wizard. The Valkyries and the skeletons are in the core. They've already completely cleared out the town hall. They're working their way through the walls now. And as you can see, that this is basically going to be a 3-star raid already, because he's got a ton of troops left. He actually loses this whole group of witches from that one wizard tower right there, which was pretty unlucky. But I mean, it didn't really matter. So there goes those witches right there. I saw that. I was like, oh, man. But like I said, it didn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and ×2 it now, because things are going to happen pretty quick, and this might be a long video if I do everything at regular speed. So the king's going to clean up all the trash. Got a couple of wizards, or witches and a wizard making their way around. They're going to clean up some of these remaining buildings, and that is basically it. That's the 3-star right there. So, good job on that one, Josh. Keep up the good work. And, I mean, yeah, it was so close. You know, you have other ones, 78%. I was really close for me, because I should have brought basically one more heal instead of a rage, and I'd have gotten it. 91%, so that was another really close one. Now, this was amazing. This one was done by Bling It On. She's got 2 accounts, another account for Hook'em, but she's basically brought a Ghola Loon, and so a couple of golems, and one in the CC, one of her own. And the goal here is, what she's wanting to do is get to this air defense, and the queen, which I never would have thought to take that angle. If anything, I would have gone over here and taken out those 2 and left these 2, but I mean, just goes to show you don't know everything, you know. She did a really good job, just works her way in here. Wall breakers, opens up this compartment here, gets the golems to go inside. These wizards are going to take out that mortar, which is a wonderful thing, because now these wizards over here are a lot more protected. Lava Hound comes out of the clan castle. The wizards and Archer Queen are going to make really short work. They're going to bust their way through that wall. She didn't, which is something I might have done, but I mean, you know, to each their own. like I said, she did a really good job with this raid, so I can't really critique anything on it. Obviously, she got 3 stars. That's why I'm showing it. So they're going to work their way through this last wall here, and they're going to take care of that queen. As you can see, they've already got 2 air defenses down. They got the queen down. Now she's going to start sending in her hounds since the queen's taken care of. So there goes 2 hounds and 2 lava hounds. This particular air defense, but the wizards actually took it out already. So, and now she's dropping all of her balloons on the outside. And basically, you just got that 1 hound. The other one burst already. So you've got that 1 hound that's just going to sit there, and it's just going to sit on top of that air defense and wait till it gets knocked out. I don't think it does, honestly. And the balloons are making their way throughout the rest of the base, cleaning everything else up. And I'll just ×2 that because balloons move so slow. But you can see both the king and queen are already down on this raid. She's basically just got some golems, wizards, balloons, and that lava hound left over. Yeah, and I didn't think so. Like I said, that lava hound never even busted, so it didn't really matter. But awesome job on that one. I'd have never thought to do it like that, so good job. All right, next raid we're going to show is done by J-Dog. And this one is a Gowe Weewee. So I don't like doing these traditional Gowe Wipe, Gowe Weewee raids unless if I know for sure I'm gonna, I have to have a 2-star and I don't know how to 3-star base, and that does happen. Or if you have a very open base, Gowe Weewee, Gowe Wipe works really well. I just prefer to use like a Ghola Wipe or a Ghola Weewee or a Gowe Valo, or just cleaning up with some balloons or some hogs, or a Gowe Vaho, just because you need something to help clean up the back end. But this base is so open, if you bring that jump spell and you pop it in there, you've basically got access to almost the entire base now. So because he's got this jump spell in here, you've got access to all of this area here. And you can see that there's actually no defenses out, and outer layers actually have no defenses whatsoever. So brings the jump spell, gets all the troops in there. There goes a couple of heal spells because they're going to funnel their way in. And you really want to bring heal spells for witches and wizards whenever you're doing a Gowe Weewee, because they just don't have a lot of life. God forbid you hit a giant bomb, and I mean, your whole raid can be done pretty quickly if you hit a giant bomb. So you want to try to get those golems and skellies in front of your troops if you can. So put a rage spell in the core. The lava hound just bust, and there goes the rest of the core. It's pretty much done and over with. Golems out in front there, tanking for everything, and the skeletons basically just going to make their way around the base in waves. So I'm going to ×2 this, and then we can kind of get through it a little faster. And it's basically just cleanup time from here. There's only 1 cannon left, and that's about ready to go down any second now. See how many troops he's got left. There's a ton of witches and wizards and skeletons left in that. Pretty crazy amount. Good job, J-Dog. Okay, so next one we're going to do is Tys Raid. And Ty, I believe, did a Gowe Wipe. And this base was just, I mean, it was super low level. The only thing saving it, the only thing making it legitimately higher up was just the fact that it had level 3 expos. But, I mean, the cannons are super low, Town Hall 6 level. The mortars are Town Hall level, Town Hall 7. That's a Town Hall 7. The rest of these are Town Hall 6. So, yeah, I mean, just everything's pretty ugly looking. Took care of the lava hound for the most part. The pups are going to come out now. I don't know exactly what he uses to clean up those pups. I think he just takes care of it. I don't know. Poison spell would have been great for it, but I don't think he actually does drop that. I think that's one of our biggest flaws, is we don't drop our poison spell. I'm definitely a victim of doing that. I never remember to drop my poison spell. It's just, I guess I'm just old school. I'm not used to having one still. You get kind of spoiled. And I don't use it very often on my farming raids either, for that matter. So the troops are making their way into the core. And You're going to take out everything in the core pretty quickly. You got a couple of golems, the Barbarian King, all tanking, and the wizards and the wizards and the queen are your firepower. Then on the outer ring up here, you have a couple of P.E.K.K.A.s and a wizard making short work of everything up there. One last heal spell. And I know that heal spells don't really seem to do very much for, a golem or a P.E.K.K.A., but spell does tremendous amounts of work on it. Really, you want to try to keep your wizards alive as long as possible. Obviously, avoiding giant bombs is a definite way to do that, but bringing heal spells and allowing them to stay alive longer while they're being pounded by a mortar or a wizard tower will increase your chances tremendously whenever you're doing your raid. Your chances of getting 3 stars. I don't really think I needed to clarify that, but just in case. And this is one that I did on my lower account. Now, I'm going to explain this to everybody. This is a Ghola Wipe. I tell a lot of people to do a Ghola Wipe on a lot of these bases. Air defense, air defense, air defense, air defense. Okay, well, if I take all those out, if I take all that area out right there, then what do I have left? I have an archer tower, some cannons, and a couple of wizard towers and some Teslas, obviously. Well, those are all very accessible with balloons because balloons don't have to go through walls. You could use hogs too, but then you have to worry about bringing heal spells for the outside of the base rather than using it in the core. There's just, there's more than one way to do it, but I prefer to use balloons if I can. Obviously, this doesn't work for every base. It only works for bases with air defenses in the core. So do your CC lure. I actually got a cannon out of that, so I got 2 balloons. I lured the CC and I got a cannon. Not the whole CC, but definitely got that dragon out, so that's definitely a good thing. We're going to take care of the dragon pretty quickly. You just use barbs to distract, and then you put your wizards on the outside, and you're basically a few troops, because those wizards stay alive the entire time. The only thing you're really losing is those barbarians, and then your wizards can actually start doing work on all the outside structures. So, I mean, it's a dual-purpose troop now. It took out your CC, and it started taking out all the trash buildings. Now I send in a couple of max-level giants, max-level Valkyrie. I don't know if it was max-level or not. Must have been, because it wasn't one of mine, and it's got a gold axe. But if you look right here, there's actually an opening. And if you look down here, there's an opening. So this allows my troops to go throughout almost the entire base. The only thing that's closed off is this area here and this area right here. Everything else is open compartment, if you think about it. So there goes, there went all my wizards. Just killed them with those giant bombs. There goes all the troops. They're making their way into the core now. And the P.E.K.K.A.s are going to make pretty short work of everything. That golem in there, a couple of wizards, my queen. Threw 1 heal spell down just to take care of everything. I brought a jump spell. I don't think I ever used it. I didn't need to. The core was open because of that spot being open right there. I don't even know why I brought it. I think I just had it made already. So send in my balloons on the outside of the base. And notice how I go behind the air sweeper. So I started my balloons over here, which this air sweeper was somewhere around here, and it was facing this way. And then you got an air sweeper here, and it's facing this way. So pay attention to those things. It'll help you out a lot if you aren't going against the wind. You got to make sure you're going from behind the air sweepers. So the balloons have basically taken out everything. I got a couple of skelly traps that are going to chase around my balloons and knock them all down. But at this point, it doesn't really matter because there's only 1 archer tower left that can even hurt my balloons. And now it's just a cannon. And from here on out, it's cleanup. I have 30 seconds of cleaning up the rest of the base. Queen's shooting walls because she's really, really good at that. And then I got my P.E.K.K.A.s making their way around the outside of the base, and my King's making his way around the outside of the base as well. That's pretty much the end of that raid. I don't really want to show you the last 15 seconds of cleanup because it's kind of worthless. All right. I think this might be the last Town Hall 9 that they had, and then I will show you the one that I did on the number 2 guy. And the only reason why I want to show you is because I want to show you how to take care of lava hounds. So, this would be another perfect example of a base that I would do on because you have air defense, air defense, air defense. This is where you would make your entrance, right into here. And so as you're coming in, you're going to take out that one, and then obviously once you're in the core, those are going to be gone, and then you can just start your balloons on the outside of the base, and it would have taken care of everything. Obviously, that can be taken care of with just one hog or one giant even, or one wizard, because nothing's going to touch it. He does just a Gowe Wipe raid. I guess he probably has a couple of witches. At least, yeah. A Gowe Wipe. Furin had a pretty good war, actually, now that I think about it. So we're sending all the troops in, and we're going to go into the core. And if you look, this core is enormous. I mean, that's not a good base design altogether. It's very hoggable. It's good for Ghola Wipe. It's obviously good for this kind of raid, because if you just have a jump spell, you've opened up such a huge compartment in this base that there's almost no coming back from it. Didn't even do a CC pull, and just sends all his troops in and just manhandles the whole thing. His queen's still alive. She's actually going to do a walk all the way around the outside of the base, but there's only one archer tower for him to worry about, so that queen's going to get a ton of trade-off. And she's going to be very... now all of his P.E.K.K.A.s are coming up here. They got the wizards behind the P.E.K.K.A.s, and that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. Behind the P.E.K.K.A.s and behind the golems, and so that way that everything's tanking for it. And it's more or less just a matter of time now. So I'm just going to ×2 this, and I'll let you guys watch it for the rest by yourself. Okay, and without further ado, I want to show you this last one. I did not 3-star this base. I didn't have a very good war on my higher account. Terrible on big Farquad. So the idea here is to pop a golem here, here, and here. They should go to basically these two towers. They won't go to that one because it's closed off, but I wanted to send some wall breakers in here, put a jump spell here, so that way they can get to the queen. But before I do any of that, I don't know if you saw what I did or not, but I basically sent in a hog, and the hog will pull out the lava hound. Like I said, every single clan castle that had 30 troop capacity had a lava hound in it. It was a given. This one had never even been attacked, and I just knew that it was in there. So what I did was I brought 3 archers and 1 healer. So this is what's going to happen. You send in your hog. So there's 5 troop space. And that's 30 troop space. The lava hound is 30 troop. So now we're at 5. We're at 6 troop space. 6 for 30. And let's see here. Just wait for it. Now, 2 archers and a healer. So 14, 15, 16, 17, plus the 5. We're at 22 troop space. That will take care of the 30. Will it kill it? Probably not. I do have a wizard jump on it at the end, so that does kill it. But they probably wouldn't have killed it. What you want to do is you're just trying to keep your archers alive, and it distracts the hog, lava hound, so you don't have to worry about that troop for the entire raid. I took care of a troop that was 30 spaces with 22 spaces, and that's hard to do. And it's not going to hurt any of my troops now, until that wizard comes over there eventually and busts it open. So basically now we're going to send in the golems. What screwed over my whole raid was just that rage spell was in the center. I actually didn't want to show this because it's just frustrating. I should have had it. I just didn't bring enough heals. Okay, so that's the end of this video. I'm going to do a secondary video on some of these Town Hall 8s. And like I said, I want to show the Town Hall 8 strategies, especially hogging. So until next time, clash it out.